welcome to Unapologetically You, an authentic journey to healing. This is the podcast that dives deep into the raw, real, and transformative process of embracing your true self. Join Jenny and Ashley as they share stories, insights, and practical wisdom, plus more than a few laughs and tears from their own lives so you can heal, grow, and live unapologetically. Whether you're on your own healing journey or simply seeking inspiration, this space is all about you embracing authenticity without fear or shame. It's time to make a move from a relationship to a relationship. Now, here are your hosts, Jenny and Ashley, who are proud to take this worthy journey right alongside you and are truly happy you're here.
This is a perfect book, Love Without Fear, Anxious Attachment, because it talks a lot about when we have anxious attachment, we will literally abandon so many parts of ourselves to make someone else happy. But in truth, we're not really connecting with them either. It's false love in a weird way.
I love them, so I'm willing to accept this and change for this. It's sacrifice. It's what you do with love. And it's like, yeah.
But it's like,
all right.
We're back.
I think we're going to talk about, I think we're gearing more toward, obviously healing and stuff, but a lot of things within relationships. I think that's where our podcast is like molded into. So especially if you've experienced pain and hurt from a relationship, the last thing that you want to do is experience that again. But you know what's funny is it is true that I think everybody has to experience one great pain, right? One great, in order to know, you have to know loss, to
know love,
and to know, security, and to know, feeling like safe and complete with someone. I think loss has to be experienced.
I agree. And if you don't experience adversity, how can you really know when something is right for you?
Yeah. Now, I'm not so fearful of entering into something because I've already felt that and moved through it. So I know if I feel it again, not that I want to by any means, but I do know you come out of that.
You'll always be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and that kind of moves into what we're going to talk about. But that's because I formed this relationship with myself.
Absolutely.
I can be okay.
And I was just going to say, and I believe that a romantic relationship should be your number one priority when you're in one. However, though, I also believe that you have to have a full life as well.
Yeah.
You have to be purposeful, develop other parts of yourself. And you can't make a relationship the end all be all either, even if it's a main priority in your life.
Right.
You have to have a well-developed life.
Yeah. I don't need a relationship. You should want one, but it has to add value to a life that you already have. Not something that is missing from you. It is something that is added to a life that you've already made complete within yourself.
And I go back to God first, having that spiritual foundation, God first. That is where I believe that you really start attracting what's meant for you when you do have that solid spiritual foundation, when you do put God first. That's when life unfolds in a way that is purposeful.
Yeah. Putting your trust in God that wherever I am at, whatever happens is in your hands, and I'm not in control of it anyway. So I trust the people you're bringing into my life. I trust the path that you're having me walk down. I trust the pain and the struggles that you may be having me encounter. It's having that complete faith and trust in God. And so we are going to love imperfectly. The only one that has perfect love is God.
Really have deep love in a relationship, it does go back to putting God first. Because when God is first in our life and we have a strong spiritual foundation, I do think we go through life more with an open heart because trust allows your heart to be open more. How many times in your life did God remove somebody and maybe at that time it hurt, heartbreak, but you look back and you can understand why? I know in my life, I look back, I wouldn't be who I am today had it not have been for some of those relationships, some of that heartbreak.
Because being with the wrong person completely stifles who you are. When I look back at the relationship that I lost that at the time was devastating and I didn't understand. Now looking back at it, that relationship was absolutely killing who I am, who God intended me to be.
Perfect
and I
to
was
go into what we're going to talk about.
Yeah. I was never going to be and who I was supposed to be and live my purpose and have a voice and be happy if I stayed in it. And God knew that.
And somebody you're with in a romantic relationship should help you live your purpose.
They bring
should
it
be
out of you.
supportive of
They
your purpose.
bring
They
it
should,
out of you.
right. And again, are you going to have challenges? Yes, but they should be bringing out the best version of you most of the time.
They allow you. It feels like they allow your soul to speak freely. They
I
allow
love
you
that.
To, right?
Good,
they allow you to
Good
be in a space that you don't even realize that you are subconscious, like you're just being yourself, and then you're like, oh, that was a different conversation.
And there's peace.
There's peace,
sense
there's clarity,
of peace.
there's calmness.
And the challenges that two people have should be challenges to grow you, not power struggles and ego, but challenges that really grow you as an individual, as a couple. That to me is like a true spiritual partnership, not who's going to win this argument.
Yeah,
and
somebody that wants to change how you think and how you see things so it fits into how they do.
Right.
That is not somebody, people get that confused of, well, they're helping me grow. They're changing me into a better person. No, they're changing you into who they want you to be.
They're changing you to fit into their life.
Correct.
Much.
They're putting you in this box. They're not understanding how you think and they don't see you to be able to have challenging conversations, to understand your point of view, to where then you can understand theirs, to then where there is this coming together of how both perceptions work.
Absolutely. In a way where ego is aside. And I'm with you. I think when somebody just wants you to see their way of it, they're not really valuing you as a person either.
They think
it's
you're
just
wrong.
it's
They
about
think your
them.
beliefs are wrong. Yeah.
And it's about what they want and what's going to be good for them.
Yeah, it's a very selfish thinking. That's not love.
I don't know. Take your pick.
Asshole.
Is it A or is it B?
Oh, that was good. And by the way, that goes both ways. A girl can be an asshole too.
Oh, 100%.
I've been an asshole.
Yeah,
before.
100%.
They're like, you know you're wrong, but you're so far in it. You're like, fuck, I am not. I know I'm wrong, but I am not changing what I'm saying. That's happening. That's an asshole. I've outgrown that. No, it's really. I was talking with someone last night, and he. I really was talking. But he, in the midst of talking, he's like, I see you. And that was like, I was like, excuse me, sir. But he was like, no, I see you. He's like, anyone ever like said that to you before? I'm like, no, they have not. But he's like, he goes, I hear and what you're saying, and I feel like your energy and how you say it. And that was like a I never had somebody say that before where they completely got, because what we were talking about, I would never have had that conversation with other people because they wouldn't have understood it. They wouldn't have known. And so I knew in the way that I was talking, I think he picked up on the fact that I was like, should we be talking about this? And so he stopped and said, hey, like, I see, like he got.
Did you feel really seen?
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Because that's what's more important, right? Like he says it to you, but on a level of what were you feeling in that moment? Were you
like, I felt in a way that like, so you remember how our last call we did on self-worth?
Yes.
And in that conversation, in that moment, in those moments yesterday, I had no insecurities. I had no, like, I felt for the first time, I felt beautiful. Like, I felt like.
Because you deserve that. Everyone
through
deserves
his
that.
eyes, which was really, and I'm like, I saw what he saw, and that has never happened to me before. And again, to have me see what I have not been able to see in all these years, like through the lens of somebody else, not my own lens of insecurity and no self-worth. All of a sudden, in that moment, I did not feel like myself, which was really different.
Right.
Like I felt like a woman. like, I don't know how to say. I hope like do you get what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. I know, I don't know.
We're like crying.
Because I just kind of came out. That's an honest word.
No, I got you. In serious,
he
made you feel beautiful
feminine.
and made you feel your feminine energy.
Yes, maybe that's what it was. It was
really seen and really heard.
Yeah.
And that really is how you deserve to feel.
Right. That is, I think, if you're not with someone that makes you feel like that doesn't give you that, what are you doing? Like,
what do you want to feel when you're with your person, when you're in a relationship? And this brings me to a good point. You know how I had asked you, do you feel seen? When he said, I see you, and I said to you, do you feel seen? When you are with somebody, it is important to try to drop down into your body and see what you're really feeling, because we really feed off each other's energy a lot of times when we're with somebody.
Yes.
And so you can really feel into, if you allow yourself, what is it that you're really feeling? And I do think that's important when you're with somebody to check in with yourself and ask yourself how it is that you're feeling. Now, we talked about insecurities in the past.
Yeah.
And we all have them.
yes.
However, though, there is something to be said being with somebody that does bring you that peace and helps almost regulate your nervous system.
Yes.
When your nervous system is in high gear and you're feeling insecure, is a part of it that you maybe need to look within yourself and ask what you're insecure about? Yes. But there is another part of it, I will be very honest, that person isn't really showing you what maybe it is that you're really wanting or yearning for. So that's your nervous system kind of giving you that signal.
Yeah.
There are going to be moments, of course, in relationships you're going to be anxious. Don't expect you're always going to feel peace. You're always going to feel good. But overall, in the big picture, most of the time, if you really drop into your body and you really feel in, you do want to feel.
Body.
I'm sure you did. You do want to feel really good with someone. Ashley's got a glow.
I do, and I'm not wearing a hat, so
and a dress.
Well, like when you're dating and you're going on dates and you're meeting the wrong people, like it can be defeating and frustrating when there is the constant like, oh, another one. Oh, this didn't go right. Like, oh, they didn't seem like, you start to wonder, like, it is what I need and what I feel. Does that even exist? And then I think people get into that. I will just settle then. And the person that you're settling for is not bringing out who you are. In fact, like you're hiding most of it and you're keeping it suppressed. And again, so that changes how you think, that changes how you speak, that changes your behaviors. And then we just get caught up in there. But there are people that can bring that out of you. There are people that can see you. You just have to be patient. And everyone comes into your life for a reason.
They do.
To teach you something. And I do think that was very eye-opening for me to be like, okay, like that, I'm not crazy. That does exist. That is, I want that feeling. Because I think I was also feeling uncertain of like, what do I want to feel? Like, what am I even looking for? Like that.
Right.
Doesn't mean it needs to be with him, but that
feeling.
Yeah.
So you said he made you feel seen. He made you feel heard. He made you feel feminine. That is also something, though, I feel for you to work on within yourself. Are you really seeing yourself? Are you really hearing your wants? Are you doing enough things to make you feel feminine?
Yeah. Yep.
So the fact that you were aware of what it was that was really kind of drawing you in and making you feel those good feels, how in a way can you show up like that for yourself too?
Well, and it was
Want to see yourself.
Yeah.
That is like, that would be a better version of yourself.
Yes.
So like he was your mirror to see
He
that
was.
better version of yourself. So again, how can you feel more seen, more heard, more feminine on your own first without a partner? Now you cultivate those things for yourself, more people are going to show up that are going to see you
in that way too,
make you
start
feel more
acting
feminine
that way.
because that becomes who
you are. Remember, I was like, girl, Like,
Right.
I felt good. I'm like, you are a sexy woman.
And
like,
that's-
go get it
and
today.
you are.
Yeah,
And
like,
that's
I was like,
awesome.
but I don't know. I think God heard me. I think he brought this to light.
But
I was blind, but now I see. Like that.
people get caught up, especially women, right? Is then seeking the next person to make them feel like
Oh,
that.
no,
and the
no,
next
now-
person.
no, grab
and
onto
that's
that
what
for
I'm
yourself.
So
Yeah.
instead of doing
Don't
that,
look searching
this
for that
was your
somewhere.
moment to say, wow, I really learned a lot from this, and this is what I'm going to start cultivating in my own
Correct.
life.
Yeah.
Because I think that is where then... Again, men can do it too, but I think that is where a lot of women get caught up in the feeling of they're seeking so much.
That's
like,
such a
you
great
have to
word.
approve of me. You have to. When is the next time you're going to tell me I'm beautiful? When is the next time you're
When
going to
am I
make me
going to feel that
sexy?
again? And
When am I going to?
Yeah. And by the
feel-
way, they may not next time.
Right.
It may be an off day.
Right.
So,
or honestly, if you are with someone that's narcissistic, this is how they'll start, right? They'll love bomb. They'll make you feel so beautiful. They'll make you
Yes.
feel like you're the most beautiful person. But guess what? Once they kind of have you, then they
Goes
turn it on
away.
you. So
Yes.
you want to make sure, again, you're solid in yourself to, one, be able to already show up in that way for yourself. And two, if you
Yeah.
are with somebody that isn't genuine or that isn't the right person for you, once you start cultivating, again, that solid self-worth, you're going to see it pretty quickly. And you're not going to fall for narcissists. You're not going to fall
Correct.
for men who put you down.
yes.
It starts with you.
Yeah, God shows it to you. And now what you do with it moving forward is in your hands. So you can go keep seeking it out from external things, or you can say, no, this has already been within me. Like, this is how, this is how God sees me. This is the person that he made. This no one can take away. No one has given. That man didn't
I love
give
that.
me that
Right.
last
That's
night.
in you.
Right. He didn't. He just showed it to me. There's a difference. It's not that I received it from him. That is not what I'm saying. It is he opened my eyes to see that it.
Your mirror.
Right. That
Right,
it is
that you were open enough to see it.
correct. So I don't have to go. I don't have to go seek that out from anyone anymore.
It
Like,
was
that
in
is-
you all along, Dorothy.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
We are not. You kind of veered off the yellow brick road, but you're back.
I did. Clicking my shoes together. No place like home. In the past, I would have taken an experience that was like that, and I would have thought that that person held that, and I would have been like, oh, I need that person because they hold that for me. I don't have that unless I'm with them. I want them. I want to, you go like, that's it. I'm in love, right? Like in the past, they would have done that. And for me, it's like, I don't like that. They didn't give me anything that I didn't already possess, and that need to seek that person out for anything. Like, I don't need them. That's where it comes back to they'd be an added bonus,
Absolutely.
but I don't need them. So that's
Now-
because we do that, like we just said. You think it exists in someone else, and you will keep seeking it and then settle
Right.
just for like breadcrumbs. You'll continue to give pieces of yourself away to chase the little glimpses of things that they're showing you.
Absolutely. And for our listeners, right now, what is it that you are seeking outside yourself?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I feel like we seek things outside of ourselves, whether it's in our career, in a relationship. It first starts with building that sense of worth and confidence within yourself.
Yeah.
When you're out there dating, especially in the beginning, there's a lot of performing going on. So it is exhausting.
yeah.
Like how you said, it can be
Yeah.
exhausting because in a sense, I'm sure you're yourself, but in another sense, people are putting their best foot forward. They're
Yeah.
performing. They're going in with like a little bit of anxiety.
Listen, I ask the deep questions
Good.
first. I don't give a shit
You're
about
smart,
the weather.
Ashley.
Like I don't need to know what your favorite color is and what your favorite food is. That shit is exhausting. Like tell me your failures. Tell me your fears. Tell me tell me your past. Tell me your traumas. And it was funny because he was like, I've never had these conversations that are gone this deep. I'm like, well, I don't have time to worry about like what's the favorite place you've ever been? I don't give a shit.
Soulful person.
Yeah, like tell me what's
So you need
inside.
that in somebody too, though.
Yes.
Like for you, and from what I know of you, because I know you so well, you're a very soulful person. You're a person with depth. I know you wouldn't be happy with somebody that's just a surface
level.
No, you need somebody soulful. You need somebody you can have the deep conversations with at the end of the day.
And here's what's great is it just doesn't flow into relationships. Being true to yourself and who you are also flows into not just dating relationships, friendships, but also what you're doing for work. That is the place you spend the majority of your day, by the way. So if you're not doing something, if you're doing something that kills your soul, like if there is not some purpose in there that brings it, or you can't speak or bring out who you are inside in the way that you work, right? If there is something that squashes that, like get the fuck out of it, because that will kill who you are just as quickly as being in a bad relationship with a person is. And when you start to feel that it's doing that, like you need to check and be like, hey, that's not how God intended us to live. Okay. A paycheck is not worth your soul. Trust and have faith that if in the relationship, in the employment, with the family member, with the friend, whatever it is that he's asking you to let go of because it's stifling who you are, trust and let go of it because something better is there.
Yeah, door closes, another one
and
opens,
that's such
and it is so
thing.
true.
Yes.
And we'll talk about careers and relationships. Are they morally aligning with who you are? Because that's very important. A lot of people stay in careers that do not morally align with who they are. A lot of people stay in relationships that aren't, the person's not morally aligning with who they are. And that is so important.
Or friendships. You don't want to, like, you don't want to shed friendships you've had for years. And it's like, but that's not
who I am anymore.
Yeah, I've outgrown that.
Right.
And I can't keep bringing that person along because they are friends with a version of me I no longer am.
Right. In the morning, when I have, when I meditate and I pray, I always pray how can God use me today to be of service? Even before my clients, before I see clients, I always pray to have an open heart that I'm able to help them in a way that like God wants me to help them, because I have all the answers. And so when we are living from a soul level, it does go back to, I think we choose better.
Well, you have to bring people into your life that understand,
feeding your soul,
that they see you.
Ask yourself, does my career feed my soul?
Yep.
Do my friends feed my soul? Does my partner feed my
Even
soul?
people in your
family. I was going to say that too. Now, family's hard to get away from.
Yeah.
However, though, if there is somebody in your family that's very draining, small doses then.
Small doses.
Because again, sometimes family you can't completely separate, but you can learn to navigate a family relationship in a way that doesn't suck the life out of your soul.
Take your energy. Like, they exist outside of your realm of peace.
And it's interesting because one of the first sessions that I will have with one of my clients is what feeds your soul and what takes the energy. Like, where do you feel drained in your life?
Yeah.
So many times it is family.
Oh, yeah. Because they feel the freest.
More than career. A lot of times more than career.
Yeah, because they'll tell
family.
you all the things, their opinions, like they matter. And sometimes it's coming from a good place, but
sometimes it's coming from their personal experience that has nothing to do with you. They take that as Bible.
Yes.
Because if that family member was very important to us, especially when in our childhood, we think what they say triumphs what we're thinking or what we're saying.
Yeah, they must be,
again,
right.
It becomes Bible.
Yeah, I don't know why we take, like you said, it's Bible what they say. And I'm breaking a pattern because so many people told me who I was.
Right.
So many people told me
that
what
you're
I
aware
had to do.
of that, and you're not doing that with your kids.
Yeah.
And our kids are always learning from us.
And I grew up with people telling me, you should do that. There was a should.
Right.
You should do this. You should be this. And this is who you are. And this is what you do. And that's what you do. And that's how you and it's like, don't tell me who I am. But it feeds your subconscious and you begin to be that. And now what I'm trying to do is shed all of the years of people telling me who I was. And that's why I didn't know who I was.
Fact that
I have to allow them to fail. I have to allow them to not do the things that I want them to do, because that is going to shape who they are. Now they know how I feel about it, but like, who am I, especially my adult children, to say you should be doing this?
Right.
This is who you are. Your
Right.
choices are making you this.
So growing up, right, I was always pretty much just told, when you have kids, you just stay home with them. Married when I had, my daughters, and my oldest daughter I had stayed home with, and I was isolating. I loved being a mom. Being a mom was literally my greatest joy. It brought so much meaning to my life I never even knew I had.
Yeah.
I never even realized I could love someone as deep until I had my daughter.
Yes.
So all those things, that filled my soul, that I became a mom. However, though, you still need a fuller life. Like,
Yes.
you still need
Your life doesn't end.
that mental challenge and
People, experiences.
And so I started, this is so isolating. I was feeling pretty depressed. Then I got pregnant again. So I had my second daughter.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'm like, I have to do. So I'm like, I have to do something. So I had gotten out, started working part-time. That by default figured, well, that's just what you do. That's what my family did.
That's what I was told to
That's
do.
what I was told to do. But
feeding parts of your soul and who you are, that wasn't going to bring you. And those, we always say, like, whether it's your inner child or your inner voice or your soul, whatever it is, like, it will continue to get louder the more that you
and that's
don't
what
listen.
Started to happen.
Yeah. And our
really,
bodies will also
absolutely
react to, like, you get sick, you get tired, you get depressed. That
hard to unravel the old programming of
what is right and wrong, what you do as a person and in your home. Like, by the way, an imperfect person made those, decided to do it, and then somebody else decided to follow it, and then somebody else decided to follow that, and that is how those societal rules come into play.
It goes back to old programming. Ask yourself, how are you living your life right now that really isn't resonating with you? It's just old programming of a way that you were brought up, or you were
being
taught.
true to yourself?
Are you God's plan for you?
Yeah. And by the way, like, a lot of people are like, I don't know. How do I know that? It's, you just haven't uncovered it.
Yeah.
You know there's something. You just haven't, like, sat with it or talked to God about it, or it's there. Just got to tap into it.
And silence is so powerful. I know it can be uncomfortable and unnerving, but if you can give yourself even a few minutes of silence a day, that alone is so profound. What's going to come up for you?
Yeah. Sometimes those thoughts, you're saying that people want to shut their thoughts off, but sometimes those thoughts are thoughts that you have kept stifled with all the noise, that silence brings up, because that is something that you should be acknowledging and working through.
10 signs of self-abandonment.
Okay.
Okay, ready for them? Okay. Disordered boundaries, always second-guessing yourself, the disease to please, perfectionism, inner mean committee, so meaning like you're always like downgrading yourself.
Yeah.
Lack of self-care, being a chameleon, so changing in situations that you are in,
To
so
adapt
depending
to other-
who you're
yeah.
around. So watch that within yourself as well. Self-numbing, so numbing out, self-betrayal, and codependency.
Those are all.
And those are all, again, I think we as
most of
humans
us
all have
probably
some of
do at
those.
least
Well,
5
yeah.
of those, I'm certain. So
Yeah, I think we all have some of those, but it's being aware of them. Because when we're aware of them, that's when, again, small steps, you do start to change.
Yeah.
Leave you with a quote. It wasn't love if you had to abandon yourself to keep it.
Think about that. Bye, guys.
Bye.
If you have a story you'd like to share, or if there's a specific topic you'd like us to cover on the podcast, we'd love to hear your ideas.
Get in touch with us through email or our social media pages. Links below.